When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? A doctor? A teacher? A purple-haired anime girl on the internet who yaps 24/7? No? Just me? Well, it figures. The job market's rough for anime girls anyways. There I was, a kid with ambition, imagination, and absolutely no grasp on reality. I didn't want just a job, I wanted 6 jobs at once. I was basically Barbie, but instead of having a dream car and a giant mansion, I had autism. So no pink convertible, but hey, I got a lifetime supply of overthinking and my special interest being Thorpe Park, so who's really winning? I had a range, I had ambition. I had basically no idea what jobs truly were, which is why, of course, I thought my future was in the budding career of being an explorer. Like, I really wanted to wander into random caves and discover things. No, because I still can't believe I actually wanted to do that. Like, who did I think I was? I'm such a trendsetter. Wanted to be a cave diver all the way back in 2010s at the ripe old age of 7 years old. Honestly, I don't even know where this job idea came from because I don't think I've even watched a single Indiana Jones film. Like, what inspired me to do this? I know my 2 brain cells were really working hard to come up with that one. What makes this even funnier is that at the time, and to this day, I'm absolutely terrified of spiders. Like, back then, I couldn't even draw a little fake spider without getting goosebumps all over, so I really don't know what I was thinking. Did I think I had, like, a spider-repelling aura or something? Because in the dark, dingy areas of a cave, or deep in the rainforest, the bugs and the spiders, all of the creepy crawlies and bugs are there, like, ugh. As the #1 delicacy for mosquito kind, I can say that it's a hard no from me. Like, to this day, I refuse to even touch the zoo of the world, aka Australia. Australia will never be seeing me in my lifetime. All of the undocumented SCPs they call wildlife that's running around freely, it can stay there. I don't want no part of it. If I can't even go there, where did I think I was going to explore? Fucking New York City? Although, maybe that one would work. I'd discover, like, a new species of rat or something. But clearly, exploring this planet wasn't enough for me. No. I had to start thinking of invading the aliens' territory as well. That's right, you heard me correctly. I wanted to go to space, aka be an astronaut. Now, you may wonder, Queenie, what's so bad about being an astronaut? It's a very well-respected field. And lots of kids wanted to be one growing up. I mean, even look at your VTuber theme. You're literally in space, 24/7. Like, that's your home. And yeah, I want to live that aesthetic life of floating in the galaxy too. But, virtually, not like risking my life for something that when I die, I can maybe go and see anyways. If you haven't seen my videos before, you may not know this, but I am the world's biggest pussy. Ain't no way he's not gone.
No, he's coming, bro.
I think it was a wolf. I'm not using frigging quick respawn but Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Shouldn't really go off by ourselves.
Sam, go! What are you doing? Even now, when I'm in the lab, I often think to myself, like, damn, am I willing to die for this degree? Astronauts need so much physical strength for their jobs, like their suits can be up to 300 pounds. That's 136 kilos. Could you imagine that on top of your normal weight? I can't even do press-ups on my toes consistently. The little 1 year of body pump that I've been doing is not going to give me enough strength to be able to do a job like this. And honestly, I'm way too lazy to even be considering it. And don't even get me started on the motion sickness. I went to Disneyland, Disney World in Orlando, and they have this astronaut simulation ride. I thought it'd be cute, living the childhood dream and all that. Oh my god. If that's the training wheels version, then the real deal is my literal nightmare. The second that rocket launches, I'm gripping the seat like Natsu. Nauseous, I'm screaming to be let off. I cannot be doing all that. If any of you have been on that ride, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is not for the faint of heart. It is actually not for the faint of heart. Next time I want to reach for the stars, I'll just go and play some Sonic Colors or something. I'm fine. I don't need to go to space. I've come to the conclusion as I've grown up that I'm happy just being on the ground, above ground, 2 feet here, the sunlight hitting my face. I don't need to be underwater. I don't need to be in a cave. I don't need to be in space. I think I'm just okay with with not doing all of that. So obviously space didn't work out. Turns out hiring people with motion sickness, anxiety, and a deep fear of the dark isn't exactly NASA approved. So naturally, I pivoted from the stars to the runway, because Barbie, a fashion fairy tale, that was cinema's best piece, according to young me. And to be honest, there isn't even much wrong with this job on paper. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a hard industry to break into, probably just about as easy as breaking into Area 51. But here's the main issue. I have the combined creativity of the ham, ready, salted, and water Tesco meal deal. Like, it's not even that I can't execute the vision. The vision is blurred. Like, it is non-existent. I'm even like Stevie Wonder. Even when it came to creating my design for my VTuber, guys, my first model is just me with this exact outfit from Pinterest. And that's basically just a suit and tie. Like, we're not making it out of the hood with this one. Plus, coming up with a concept is not even enough. Like, you need to be able to sew, sketch, drape, understand textiles, and have a personality quirky enough to get away with scamming rich people out of $1,600 by buying shoes that you are wearing when you got mauled by an attack dog. I can barely sew my jacket when it gets a hole in it. New Style Boutique did me dirty because that game really had me thinking it was as easy as putting an outfit together, and I can't even do that. I remember back in the day, I sound like I'm getting old. Back in the good old days of the 2010s, to the back to school DIY videos, and thinking I was so quirky with my washi tape notebook. That was the peak of my creativity right there. But I had to give up on that dream quick when I actually went to secondary school, and then I came across people who, you know, actually had creativity and wanted to do fashion design like that. Humbled my ass really, really quickly. But at least adulthood would be like the movies, right? You know, aesthetic houses, spontaneous trips, lots of money. Oh, how naive I was, thinking adults were rich by default. If only little me could see how we're fending for survival as we consider whether we want to spend our student loan on resources to help me study, or having at least one orange within the calendar month so that we don't get scurvy. Or how I have to live with 11 cockroaches for flatmates if I want to be able to afford to scrounge up enough coins from the crack between the couch and the gum stuck to the floor to be able to afford the scam, which is circuit laundry. And all of that just so I can wash my clothes. One of the funniest things to this day is my dream house, or room as I happily scribbled it out. Growing up, my parents bought me the Diary of the Wimpy Kid collection, and one of the books was a do-it-yourself book. So instead of drawing my dream house, like the page suggested, I decided to draw my dream room instead. Let's be as gracious as possible to past me and assume that this was a studio. So, for the $1 million question, what is the most important thing in a room? Is it A, a bed, B, a bowling alley, C, a jacuzzi, or D, a mini golf course?
I think I'm gonna have to go with a bed. I think it makes the most sense.
That's correct! Honestly, that was quite an easy question. Of course, it's a bed. That's the only rational answer.
And C, the jacuzzi.
Sorry, sweetie. I don't think you understand how this works. So, there's only actually one correct answer. What? That's not how it works? Okay, moving on.
Oh, and B and D. I think they'd be great in my room.
How are they all correct? A golf course? How big is this studio supposed to be? And that's not even the end of the list. We also had a bowling alley, an arcade, a jacuzzi, a restaurant with a dessert table, a pool with a diving board and a slide, a park, a pet room, a car park, a library, a hangout spot because clearly we didn't have enough of those, a mini theme park, fucking headquarters for my security guard, and last but not least, a safe. Because I would need it with all of the damn money I would need to own all of this. When I said QueenieStar, I meant that shit. So fast forward to now, and that dream room is just a teensy bit smaller. It's got a bed, exactly 2 chairs, and I swapped the pool for a sink that I can barely wash my dishes in. But other than that, It's practically identical. I think I've learnt my lesson though. No more dream rooms filled with absurd stuff. Now my dreams are simpler. Like surviving my final year of university, or having a week where I don't break down about what I'm going to do after uni because my degree, low-key, it's giving Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Too real? Sorry to burst the anime girl bubble, guys. Speaking of dreams, remember how adults used to tell us that if we just worked hard, we'd be successful? I think they left out the small detail, like how the world has turned into this giant scam where you need 20 years of experience to be considered entry-level. I mean, even the realistic childhood dream jobs are hard to get. And let's not even talk about how poorly paid they are. Good luck going into STEM without 7 years of unpaid work experience, only to be paid £10 an hour to find a cure for cancer. But you know what? Despite the many disappointments, I'm still kind of okay with where I ended up. Sure, 8-year-old me would be horrified that she's not the #1 cave diver. And let's be honest, she definitely would have expected me to have at least sorted out the pool in my room thing by now. But I think she'd still think I'm pretty cool. Hopefully.